Hey everyone, welcome back. So the thing I recorded just before this, so it probably won't come out for a while, but for now, I need to explain what I just did. As you can tell that this is a different save file, but it's not just that. If I were to scroll all the way over to the end, I have no Stop and Swop items. And the reason why I did that is because this is actually a clean profile, not just a clean save file. And I wanted to actually show off the Stop and Swop places. Like I showed 2, maybe 3 of them in the actual game. And what's funny is it actually took me about 3 hours to speedrun this game, speedrun Banjo-Kazooie, to a point where I can get the metallic eggs from that, and now I'm recording this episode. So, like I mentioned in the first bonus episode, in the original, or at some point, you had to type in to there where you want the bonus stuff. But the problem with that is that if you were to actually type those in, it would make it so that your save file doesn't save, because now it's preparing itself for to get ready for the transfer process. But when you would do that, a bunch of stuff would happen, and you would be able to get the Stop and Swop stuff. Yeah, so we were shown these at the end of the game. Oh, since this actually takes a while to go up, I might as well say I actually ordered a new wired controller. One, so I don't have to worry about batteries in the future, which I actually had to worry about doing this. But also so I can use it for my computer, and it's going to be very helpful. That's the pink egg, one of the seven Stop and Swop eggs. Collect that trophy because you, it acts like you got a game over. Yeah, it acts like you had a game over if you quit out, so it puts you back at 3. So that's the first one. Whoops, bumped the table. Dang it, I had it. I had it up. Where'd it go? Now I have to... Dang it. I know, I'm getting to it. Okay, right. So the next one that appears, because they had to put one in, they had to put them in very recognizable places, but I don't understand. Do you know what it probably was? I'm thinking about it now, and I think what probably happened was Stop and Swop was passed around as an idea after they had completed the first few levels. And so since there were a lot of hiding spots, they put 2 in Mad Monster Mansion. And I still don't know why they didn't... Okay, I'm gonna get to the real lazy ones later, but you can tell that there were some levels that were designed around Stop and Swop, and some that were... that they were like, oh yeah, Stop and Swop stuff, we'll just throw it over there into the corner. I mean, it does kind of feel like that in some worlds. Especially the ice key placement. But yeah, I actually sped ran this game so I can get to Click Clock Wood again. And it did take me about 3 hours, like I mentioned. But what's really funny is how little in the game I actually needed to do to get back up there. Like I had a little bit over the amount, and that's because I had just been going through the paces of some levels and then just going, oh yeah, I don't need to worry about stuff. I haven't actually done everything in this world. And some other worlds. Like, the only ones that I actually, like, 100 have actually completed are the ones that were already completed on the save file, because this was actually a save file from earlier that I happened to just forget that I had been working on. And I honestly think it was because I wanted to do the Stop and Swop stuff again. Just wait for the carpet to come back. So I'm working on a written project. I'm not going to explain too much about it, but I'll probably not even, like... It's probably not something I would post to YouTube. It's something that I would more post to, like, Reddit as, like, a big, long thread. And then, like, mention it every once in a while in a video that I had done that. And I'm not going to go into too much specifics, but it's actually about something in this world in particular, which is why I bring it up. And it has to do with the fact that the guy with the Jiggy says, I've been holding this for 1,000 years. And that is just one part of a massive, what I'm gonna say, conspiracy theory that there is no magic in any rare game. It's all space technology. And it's all from the same source. As a sort of, like, rare cinematic universe, if you would. I like the idea. I've seen some people, like, throw it around that it is in fact a possibility. I just wanted to, like, combine all of them together in, like, this big, like, hey, this is my idea for it, and this is my reasoning for it. And it all stems from certain things that happen in certain games that share characters, and certain games that share technology. Which the sharing technology piece is actually the most important part. Second, as I double check. Yep. I forgot about the ice key, but oh well. Whoops. So, another funny thing, because this is just a bonus episode, and I'm rambling I'm killing time by rambling. I happened to catch Gigaboots' announcement that they were gonna play through Banjo-Kazooie at, like, E3 as, like, a joke, and that eventually turned into them playing all 6 games in which Banjo as a character had been involved in. And I'm like, so much noise. And it was such a fun stream. And I'm actually kind of sad that he kind of came away from the series saying that it was kind of bad. But then again, it is kind of a sad feeling when something that you value nostalgically is kind of looked at with modern eyes going, man, this didn't age well. Especially Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is the rare game that did not age well out of all of the games they've made. Like even GoldenEye, like when you go back to it, there are still some people that actively play that game and say it's one of the most fun first-person shooters because of how unbalanced everything is. And I don't know, I still feel like Tui is a far superior game, and I still to this day say that it's the best platformer on the N64, even above Super Mario. And I say that totally because Super Mario 64 has a worse camera and worse platforming. And that is not an opinion that a lot of other people share. Also because I actively get anxiety because of certain pieces of music in that Mario game. And that particular piece of music plays in every single water level. Which is probably the reason why I fear water, and I have a fear of water in general. Cool, an enormous ice key. We should keep this Stop and Swop item for later. I don't know why. Oh, maybe that piece of dialogue was changed, because I'm pretty sure I remember Kazooie going, I know exactly where to put this. And I remember people making fun of that. But yeah, that only leaves like 2 of them, and this may be a shocker. I'm gonna get up the slope before I... No, do you know what? I'm actually gonna get to the world before I show you. And at first I'm like, yeah, everyone's entitled to their opinion, because he says that Tails Adventure is the best Sonic game, and I'm like, I wonder if he has a thing of just not liking things that are the primary, like, genre of that game. Because he also said that he enjoyed Nuts and Bolts more than either of the Banjo games. And that was... And then declared that Kazooie was worse than the Game Boy Advance games. And I'm like, really? Oh yeah, as you can see by the fact the notes are there, you could bet that I skipped this world. Yeah, I wasn't gonna waste another second in this world. I unlocked it and then walked away. Now I need to just find the window. It's the captain's quarters, so... Is it this one? No. Oh, as I am speaking, I actually have a few thumbnails ready to go up for the Banjo series. I don't know why I was hesitant on doing Banjo as well, since I had already done them for Pokemon. No, this is the map room. You know, if they had actually put it in the map room, it would have actually, like... It probably would have made the, room useful for something, because again, like, as I mentioned in the actual playthrough, there's nothing in that room. Okay, we're done. We can leave. But yeah, I just found them sitting through playing the game all in one sitting really fun. So if you want to check it out, Gigabrutes on YouTube or gigabrutes.com. I found them very enjoyable. With Dan and Bob Video Games accompanied by some other people. I found the entire experience quote-unquote thrilling. Because I don't want to go through the entire process of doing platforming with water. Because the Banjo series isn't well known for its platforming. Like, they are a platformer, but they're not really a platforming game. Which is weird because the original Banjo-Kazooie has a lot of platforming and a lot of stuff that is based around platforming, but the more the series went on, the more I kind of realized the strength of Banjo-Kazooie was more in collecting stuff and puzzle solving. Since this comes out after... No, this comes out... This in the playlist comes out before Banjo-Tooie, so I'm not going to spoil any of the puzzles. I'm going to just say that, like, from the word go, from, like, the very first world, you get a sense that they don't really want to do too much platforming. Instead, they want to have unique and interesting things to do in the game. I almost forgot what I had to do. Should be right over here. By the way, I didn't do too much of this world either. It's actually really funny. I literally just ran into the world, hit every button, and then left. Did I actually grab any jiggies? Hey, Banjo! We found all the Stop N Swop eggs. Items. Time to ditch the checklist and stash them away for use in Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts. Which of this world did I actually do? One? Yeah. It was probably the one that was inside of the, inside of the thing. You know, the thing. So I don't really know what to do next. This was mostly just a short 20-minute video talking about the Stop and Swap items, where they are and stuff. I honestly feel like that if... Okay, so one gripe on Stop and Swap as a concept is that it should have been more than just an Easter egg hunt. It should have been seven differently colored eggs, that each of which opened up into this vague item. I mean, you could still have the ice key, because, like, the ice key was, like, fundamental. I was like, no. Out of all the Stop and Swap stuff, we need to bring back that. You know what? I just remembered. Okay, so this is an addendum to a video that I will release into the future, but I want to keep this in mind in case you're watching the entire playlist. In the next bonus episode, so the one that's in TUI, I mentioned the 3 eggs that are inside of the 3 game cartridges. I show it off when I'm in there, but I failed to notice that there is only 2 eggs. The third hidden one that is actually in the place of the quote gold egg, because the gold egg was moved from where the bronze egg is, and there was no bronze egg in the first place. That was actually the ice key. So there was a gold egg, a silver egg, and then an ice key, and the 2 things you got from it was the Breagle Bash and Ginger was a multiplayer character. Yes, this all makes sense in the video. But it's really funny because you know what? This was kind of fun. Playing through the series again, kind of rekindling old memories. Trying to just have fun. Well, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.